So sometimes it just feel like black women can never be good enough for black men. Y'all say y'all want natural women, but we wear our hair natural, and it's really if you're natural and you have a curly hair pattern that y'all like, not if you're natural and you have a 4C. Y'all say y'all don't like makeup, but then y'all get the girls who wear makeup. Um, it's just so confusing to us, and I feel like usually the men are supposed to be the head, right? So if the man is the head, then y'all are leading the conversation and y'all are leading the trend of why we dress and do the things that we do, because ultimately it's to get a man, right? I mean, usually, not for all women, but for most women, is to get a man. So we're going to do what's going to attract you. I mean, it's just basic nature. Like if you look at the animals and all that, they do what's going to attract their mate. So we do the same thing. So I'm just curious, like, why does it seem like it's so tough for black men and black women to just love each other and love each other genuinely and not have all these stipulations that we put on one another that we don't put on other races when we date outside of our own race? So it's no hate, it's just really the question, and I'm just sick of the hate that we spew against each other when we should just be loving one another. And it's nothing wrong if you feel like you want to date outside of your race. I'm just saying, when you date outside of your race, why do you have to hate black women so bad? Why do you have to feel like you have to put this other race over black women and make it feel like they're better, and that's why you chose that was the better option, when that's just not the case? Women are women regardless of the color. We all have the same traits for the most part. It doesn't matter if it's black, white, Asian, Mexican, Indian, whatever you choose. Women are going to be women.
Well, it seems like her heart is in a good place, but she just needs a little bit of insight, a little bit of correction so that she can get a better understanding of how men think. Number one, I could just look at her right now and I could say it's the eyelashes, the butterfly eyelashes. Like, how can you talk about natural and then everything about what men say that they don't want and what they talk about on a regular basis is the opposite of what your behavior is? And I think that that speaks to the bigger issue, is that it's the attitude, it's the disposition, it's to love me regardless of how it is that I act. It's the fact that y'all partnered with feminism that was against you in order to break up your households. It's the facts that you decide that you want to go and sleep around and have children by men that's not supposed to be with you in the first place, that you pass up on men that you should have married, and then you want to come back and say, why can't I find love? Because guys listen to you, they made adjustments, and now they have higher standards, and they don't feel like they have to deal with or accept when it's a worldwide competition for black men. That's really the gist of it. I don't think that men are a monolith and that it is all black men that say that they don't want black women, right? I think that the overwhelming majority of black men in particular have a preference for black women, but do not like what it is that comes along with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that there's a narrative that's being painted like you guys aren't loved, you guys aren't accepted. No, it's that you made bad decisions and we're unwilling to accept what comes along with it. And so, while, for example, I know a lot of guys that say that, man, I really, really want to get married. I really, really want to get married. They won't do it because they're also afraid of divorce. They don't want what comes along with it. When you have a group of women, for example, that label themselves as a 92%, and they say and they listen to a woman like Michelle Obama that says during the election, go against what your husband say and do what you need to do in order to vote in this woman that we want to be president of the United States of America. When you have a group of women that say that they're the most educated, when in reality they're the most enrolled and the most in debt, how can you tell a man that he's supposed to accept a woman in which he marries, he now inherits her student loans, and y'all sit there and y'all say that y'all don't like men? And really, it's really just a me too. The problem, I think, mostly with black women is that they want to be so much like everybody else, but they pick the wrong things that they're adopting. And obviously, I'm not speaking about all black women because I don't believe that they're a monolith either. But the problem is that y'all just continue to partner with people that don't even have your best interests at heart, as far as the ways that you think makes sense, that then ultimately ruin your lifestyle, it ruins your children, it ruins your prospects and it ruins your future. So why would you partner with feminists to remove yourselves out of your households and then divest yourself against the men that you say that you now want, that you ultimately came back to, and now they were unwilling to accept your behavior? Why would you vote for a woman when men said, yo, listen, we need to look a little bit differently. We need to get off the Democrat plantation. But you say, nah, we the part of the 92%, we partner with women. I will tell you, like, for example, she said during this video that women are doing things so that they can find a mate. Y'all doing all of the opposite things that men are saying that they want. Okay. I see we got to give a little bit deep dive a little deeper and give some more examples, right? So, for example, if we say we don't want single mothers, right? That it's no benefit in being a step crash dummy, that you need to marry before you carry, then why would you go out there and all of y'all chase the same man just to get pregnant by him? If we say, for example, like I could tell you that even the things that women do, how they dress, the way that they look, right? Every single black woman, almost all of them have a fucking bull ring in their nose. All of them, they fit into this narrative where they had these butterfly eyelashes. They have, when they, even the simple things like the jewelry that they not asking for that because they think about it from themselves or a man is what it is that we evaluate them. Most of the shit that y'all do it for other women. Y'all not doing it for us. You do it for the validation of your homegirls, for your friends, for your mother, all of this stuff. You don't do it for the validation of a man. And so I would say that that's a false narrative. I don't believe even a little bit that these women are doing things for the acceptance of men or because they think that this is what men wants. I think that it's the complete opposite. I think that they do it to be rebellious. And I've seen so much rebelliousness, so much anger, so much hate. Y'all follow all of the wrong women that give y'all all of the wrong advice. And you think that somehow, some way, we just supposed to accept you as you are. What guys realize is that it's a global marketplace. And again, I believe that black women, for the most part, have all of the characteristics physically that other women wanted. Y'all never had to get a BBL. You never had to do enhancements or surgery. All you had to do was take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? All of the things that you were supposed to focus on is the things that you don't focus on, and all of the things that you're not supposed to focus on is the things that you dedicate yourself to. And it's so dumb. It is so dumb. The mindset, the narrative. And again, this is not towards her. I always like to leave a link in the description so that y'all can tap back into the person that we speaking about. This is not towards her in particular, but it does speak to a larger narrative, I believe. And guys are no longer just settling. It's not. It's a global marketplace. I think that guys are going to shoot their shot at women. I think that the majority of Western women, regardless of what your demographic is, I think that they all generally think the same. And guys is not even fucking with a lot of guys is don't even want women that's from here in the United States of America. Now, I always had a preference and have a preference for black women, but only the best of the best. Like as far as mindset is concerned. Like you just have to be a grown adult. You can't be walking around with no debt. You can't be walking around promiscuous. You can't be walking around having been slept with everybody. Most of these chicks, they all got diseases and stuff like that. They all congregate in the same cities. You know what I'm saying? So I think that there are a lot of women that is dope. A lot of black women that is dope. But y'all got to separate yourselves from the ones that's not. I could be off though. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think that guys largely in mass are divesting themselves against women? And let me also say that y'all said that y'all didn't want us. Y'all said that y'all didn't like us. Obviously not all, but a lot of y'all.